The Galaxian palace shimmered in the light of the planet's 3 moons as Prince Xandor's shuttle approached. Inside were his new personal bodyguards, a team of 4 humans hired from the renowned Ragnarok company. They had a fierce reputation across the galaxy as warriors and mercenaries. While most species valued art, philosophy, and leisure, humans seemed to live for battle. Their history was littered with bloody conflicts waged with primitive weapons long abandoned by the rest of the civilized galaxy. Yet that savagery is what made them so effective in personal combat. Human mercenaries were in high demand among the elite families of the Galaxian Empire. A well-trained human could dismantle the most sophisticated combat droids with their bare hands, and Prince Xandor needed the best. As the shuttle landed on the palace docking platform, the humans checked their gear one last time. Energy shields, powered armor, plasma rifles — it was an arsenal designed for full-scale war, but the 4 mercenaries wore it casually as they stepped onto the alien world. Their leader, Dante Rex, tapped the side of his helmet. Comms check. Sound off. The other 3 responded in turn. Wolf, Snake, Bull. Code names reflecting the animal totem tattoos that adorned their muscular arms. To the prince's people, the humans seemed like different species themselves. Prince Xandor greeted them nervously as they approached. "Ah, you must be the Ragnarok team. I'm pleased to meet you," the purple-skinned Galaxian extended his hand gingerly. Dante shook it with equal care. "The pleasure's ours. My team will protect you with our lives." "Let's hope it doesn't come to that," the prince laughed anxiously. He turned and led them into the vaulted halls of the palace. As they walked, Dante studied the layout and made note of potential weak spots. By instinct, the others did the same. The high arched entryways would leave them exposed. Minimal cover inside, aside from some decorative pillars. Lots of shadows for threats to hide. "Have your people heard any whispers of a possible attack?" Dante asked. Xandor shook his head. "No, but my father has many enemies among the Galaxian warlords. Assassination is always a possibility." "We'll be ready, no matter what comes," Dante assured him. The grand hall housed a feast in full swing. 100 Galaxian nobles mingled under the soaring crystalline ceiling, sipping cocktails synced to match their skin pigments. Laughter echoed amidst the strains of alien music. At the head of a long table sat King Zarin and his 3 wives. Prince Xandor led the humans over and presented them with a wave of his slender hand. "Father, my new bodyguards from Earth." King Zarin appraised them with an imperious eye. Beside him, the queens whispered to each other delicately behind gem-encrusted hands. "I welcome you to Galaxis," the king announced. "Your species has served us well in the past. I expect nothing less now." "You have our word," Dante assured him. As the feast continued, the humans took up vigilant positions around the hall. Dante stood behind Prince Xandor, while the others spaced themselves evenly along the walls. Wolf took the east entrance, Snake the west, and Bull the south hall leading deeper into the palace. Dante tried the exotic dishes that Xandor passed back to him. Spicy meats, pastes, and puddings in a rainbow of colors and textures. Yet he never took his eyes off the room. "Do you ever relax?" laughed Xandor as he sipped an electric blue cocktail. "Not when I'm on duty." Xandor's lips puckered. "Always so serious, you humans." The observation was punctuated by a distant boom from the south hall. Gunfire erupted a moment later, echoing through the palace. Guests shrieked in alarm. "Assassins!" shouted Bull over the radio. "They're coming from the—" His words dissolved into a gurgle, then silence. "Bull, report," Dante barked. "South side compromised. Converge." The 3 remaining humans reacted instantly. Wolf abandoned his post by the east entrance and sprinted toward the sound of gunfire. Snake did the same from the west. Dante grabbed Prince Xandor and pulled him behind the royal table, just as armored assassins stormed into the hall. They wore full battle exosuits, sleek and black like their rifles. Alien models not immediately familiar, but Dante could spot customized upgrades. Serious hardware for serious professionals. The intruders fanned out with tactical precision. 2 moved toward the exits to block any escape. The other 6 advanced on the royal family's position, rifles blazing. Nobles dived for cover or raced for the doors. Panicked screams and the zap of plasma bolts filled the air. King Zarin shoved his wives down and covered them with his body and cloak. Prince Xandor drew a small pistol from his robes, but Dante pushed it down. "Stay behind me." He drew his own sidearm, a scattershot pistol loaded with high-density flechettes. As the assassins closed in, he rose from cover and fired on full auto. A storm of razor darts swarmed the attackers. Most bounced off their shielding, but a few found weak points in the armor. One assassin stumbled back as the projectiles penetrated his faceplate. Wolf and Snake reached the hall and added their own firepower. Snake had a folding machine gun braced across his forearm, spitting a stream of hypersonic bullets. Wolf chose his targets carefully with a railgun sniper rifle. Each hypervelocity round punched clean through an exosuit. The assassins returned fire, forcing the mercs to weave and dodge. The criss-crossing energy bolts shredded priceless artwork and furniture. A running gun battle ensued as the mercs tried to steer the fight away from the Galaxian nobles. Two assassins managed to flank around towards the royals. Dante took down the first with a clean headshot. The second broke left and snatched a noble woman to use as a shield. Before Dante could get a clear shot, Wolf eliminated the threat with a single railgun round that passed through the hostage's shoulder and into the assassin's chest. Clean and surgical. The woman dropped shrieking to the floor, her lavender blood pooling beneath her. The last assassin realized the situation was lost. He primed a grenade and prepared to take out the prince. Snake was quicker. He hurled his combat knife with lethal accuracy, slipping it right into the assassin's throat. The grenade tumbled from dead fingers and Bull tackled the body clear before it exploded against a pillar. A tense silence descended on the hall. The mercs kept their weapons ready, eyes scanning for additional threats. When it seemed clear, Dante turned to the prince. Xandor gave a shaky nod, still clutching his pistol. "Thanks to you." King Zarin rose to his feet, an energy shield sparkling as it dissipated around him and his wives. The shadows hide more enemies still. Clear the palace. "Yes, Sir Dante," and the others moved into action once more. As Wolf and Snake took point, Dante noticed a trail of purple blood leading towards the South Hall. Bull, somehow still alive after that close-range ambush. Dante opened a channel on the team net. "Bull, sit rep." A pained wheeze answered him. "Still kickin'. But barely. Couple grenade hits. Mobility's down. Hang tight. We're coming for you." Dante dispatched Snake and Wolf to systematically clear each wing and floor. He and Prince Xandor followed the blood trail to Bull's position. The big merc had dragged himself behind a toppled statue for cover. An arm and leg armor plate were shattered, flesh mangled beneath. But his helmet cam showed he'd managed to get a shotgun blast into one of the assassins in that initial clash. Dante applied biofoam to the worst wounds as Xandor kept watch down the corridor. Just like old times in the Arcturus campaign, Bull Dante tried to keep the mood light. Bull chuckled through gritted teeth. "At least these furball bastards don't have 8 legs and acid spit. Remember those bug hunts on Sin 4? How could I forget?" With injuries stabilized for now, Dante helped Bull hobble down the hall toward the sound of fresh gunfire. One of the assassins must have doubled back. They arrived to see Xandor standing over a dead assassin, pistol smoking. The Galaxian prince met their eyes with newfound respect. "I guess your training paid off. I never killed before today." "Congratulations. It's a rush, isn't it?" Bull remarked. Xandor considered a moment, then nodded. Dante gave him a pat on the back. "Welcome to the fold, brother. Now let's finish this fight." The team soon regrouped and confirmed the palace was secure. King Zarin and his queens had been safely evacuated down to the secure bunkers beneath the castle. Prince Xandor was changed that night. He now knew the fury of battle alongside his human protectors. More important, he'd earned their trust by protecting one of their own. The 4 mercs swore their lives to him anew. There would be more attempts made on the royals' lives, and each time these 4 human warriors would be there, shedding blood and inviting the enemy into the halls of death. For to threaten their wards was to invite the full savage might of human instinct upon yourself. Prince Xandor saw the truth in his father's words. The shadows indeed hid many enemies still. But 4 of Terra's own now stood sentinel against the darkness. Let the assassins come to claim royal blood. The humans would be waiting.